What's up, everybody? Welcome to Evolution to Recovery's podcast. What's this, episode 8, right, John? Episode 8. We got Spock, Mike Eck.
Crazy 8.
Yeah, bro, fucking, we got Crazy 8. He said he should have wore his kilt. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Nah, but
fans only view.
Yeah, we're here. If you can, please like, subscribe, ring the bell notification. Yeah, I got Mike on the show. Mike's the man, dude. Mike been my friend for a lot of years as well, like a lot of people on here. And pretty much I'm just trying to bring awareness, like we always talk about, bring awareness that people have a life after getting sober and things can change in people's lives. If you can, Mike, say hello to the people. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate it.
How do you do, people?
And yeah, dude. So so how you feel, bro? How's things been going lately? Right now, like anything? Like you're getting ready for New Year's, right?
Yeah, everything's good. You know.
How's that
Thank
going?
God, family's happy, healthy. Yeah, life's good. You know, sober, so that makes it good.
Yeah.
You know.
You getting ready for New Year's?
Yeah, getting ready to march in the parade.
What brigade you from?
Bryson.
Bryson.
We're coming for that title.
Yeah. What's that?
Yeah.
What's that? The
Comics.
one that comics? Okay,
Yeah.
comics.
Wench Brigade.
Shout out Bryson. You know,
Yeah.
New Year's brigade. Yeah, like you. So what was going on though? That you were saying it though. So like you, where you live at though, because you know everybody in South Philly for New Year's they spray paint their friggin' sneakers gold and shit like that, and you know. So what was going on now? So you were spraying your sneakers down.
Yeah, this weird bar across the street from me. It's like
now, do you use Rust-Oleum for that though?
Nah, just regular spray paint.
Like what crayon?
Nah, I eat crayons.
Crayons? You eat crayons? You eat crayons? What color though? Like the kind that are flavored? Do they have flavored crayons?
Like the purple ones, like grape soda.
They got flavored crayons.
But I was outside spraying, and the dude had something to say about, oh great, there's gonna be some gold footprints in the street, and like they usually have this taco truck, and it was there last night on the paint, and I was already aggravated and tired, so like, you know, I just reacted.
Yeah.
I turned around.
So did you politely tell him?
Politely told him, you know, yeah, when that dirtball taco truck shows up, it'll cover it. And he was like, huh? I was like, how about you just mind your fucking business? Dirtball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's about living by like morals and spirituality and shit today. He's like, yeah, your little roach coach. Ah.
Yeah. Violent thoughts went through, but I didn't react on that, which is gross.
Nah, you're a good dude, Mike. You know what I mean? You're a good dude. You got the Phillies gear on.
Yeah.
Proud
Union,
Sports Philadelphia. Yeah. Are the Phillies playing right now?
No,
I'm just kidding. I don't really know too much about sports like that. You know what I mean? No, but I'm only kidding. But yeah, you got that nice watch on too. I noticed it from here. Like if I was in my addiction, I'd definitely try to rob him. I don't think he would go for it though. He probably fucked me up. But you know
I called my mother. My mother handled my business.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I don't want no trouble with Miss Spock. You know what I mean? Yo, I said, yo, Spock, you gonna come do the podcast? He was like, damn, bro. Like after I do this though, what you say is, what are you gonna have outside your door?
Spockerazzi.
Damn, yo. He's about to have Spockerazzi outside of that. Yeah, I mean, because he is almost famous already and shit. He is famous shit. So, you know, another thing I noticed that you do, like you've been sober a while, but you like doing for kids and shit, right? You dress like what do you dress
up
like?
as the Easter Bunny. I call it, you know, I'm a bridge bunny.
Bunny.
Spider-Man. The Grinch. I was just the Grinch.
Right, you got the whole outfit and all? You go?
Yeah.
What, and you get like all into it?
Yeah,
shit.
man.
Yeah, you like making kids laugh and shit like that, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool shit, though. And everybody you know, though, they'll tell you come around and shit, mess around with. You know?
Yeah. A lot of people say, I'll stop over for a birthday or whatever. And I ain't taking no money. Like I get enjoyment enough from the kids' excitement.
Did you ever do it when you were out there, like that kind of shit?
No.
If you were the Grinch, would you steal something?
I was more like Schmeagol from Lord of the Rings when I was out there.
What, dress like Schmeagol? Yeah. Or you look like
Schmeagol?
I
look like Schmeagol.
That's
like,
terrible.
You know, that bag of rock candy, I was like, oh my precious.
My man. All right, everybody. Yo, this is what I'm talking about, though. This is good shit. We're here. we're doing this and that. This is what I get enjoyment out of doing this. We get laughs out of it, but the truth of the matter is, though, is that he ain't Smeagol, and he ain't got a precious bag that he's chasing anymore, and that's the ticket. You know what I mean? And he's going to get more into it about like how his life was a little bit and how things are going and how he got to the point that he's at. But like, everything's an uphill battle for all of us, and there's going to be brick walls, there's going to be trials and tribulations, things that try to stop us and prevent us from getting where we think we got to be. And then I guess like a higher power puts us where we need to be at that time. A lot of doubt in between all that, you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. I mean, so where did you grow up?
Uh, section of South Philly, Grace Ferry at 29th of Wharton.
Like your whole life, though? You're from there your whole entire life, right?
My whole life. Yeah.
But you know people from all over South Philly. But that's where you grew up. And 29th and where?
29th and Wharton.
Yeah.
Hollywood and Wharton, aged up.
That's it. Yeah. Real shit, though. Yeah, there's this dude, Leo, that used to be around and shit, and he used to say, yo, man, that dude Spock's crazy. I said, why? What'd he say? He's like, yo, he straight tells people in the meeting and shit. I said, what'd he say? He said, if you ain't from motherfucking Hollywood and Wharton, I don't fuck with you. And I used to crack up, dude. I used to be fucking dying. He'd be like, yo, he's like a real dude. Yo, he's serious. I'm like, why? Because he's saying where he's from. He's like, yeah, dude. But so you grew up there and dude, usually like fucking usually everybody up there like knows everybody in their family. There's a lot of big families that grow up there.
Like a lot of people moved and all, but like growing up, it was like, looking back on it now, like there's no other place that I would want to grow up. Like, like there were 3 corners in the neighborhood. It was like Hollywood and Wharton, 30th and Tasker and 26th and Morris. But like we all grew up, either fighting or, and then playing with each other afterwards. Like everybody, the adult, like everybody knew each other. It was a close-knit neighborhood, man. It's a great neighborhood. You know what I mean? Everybody watched out for each other. You know what I mean? Even if you did something wrong, one of the adults would kick your ass and then take you home and you catch another ass beating from the parents because you were doing something you really shouldn't have been doing. You know what I mean? But yeah, I loved it there. Everybody knows each other. We have events every now and then. We do this volleyball thing. People from the neighborhood come back to the neighborhood and we all see each other. Somebody's going through something. They would do a benefit. Like, it's how neighborhood should be, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, a lot of neighborhoods lost that kind of shit. I mean, like, I'll be honest, though, like in South Philly, though, in South Philly, you see that. And like Northeast, there is places that do that. But there's been a lot of that lost over time. Like, you know what I mean? Where, like, like there's no more like, yo, the streetlights came on, I got to go home type shit no more.
Yeah.
And then it's hard to get kids even out of the house to go play volleyball and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like,
between like
these are just big kids.
Between the drugs and then the internet thing too. Like kids don't even hang out no more. And then not to mention like times are a little different now, so you gotta worry about staying on the corner and getting shot at. Like a lot.
The kids are out there and they're probably sitting in the house watching YouTube. God forbid them people that make these channels. But it is dangerous though. Yeah. It is though. I mean, and even like, like a lot of people I tell like and that like I deal with like that are up in Grace Ferry right now. Like I'll be like, when you're at a store, if a kid starts getting smart with you or something, don't be like, yo, I'll beat the shit out of you. One of them type deal. That kid might go get a gun and come back. He's 14 years old. He might shoot you. So you got to be careful. Like, I met some good people from up in Grace Ferry though. Like there's a dude, I ain't going to say his last name because I don't know people, but Jeffrey, his name is. And I listened to his story when I think I had like, 90 days, maybe 6 months, whatever I was. And he talked about being in a recovery house or a program or something like that. And he was the only white, he was the only white dude. And this dude, he talked about the dude, Tom the barber. He said he's seen him after that. And he goes, oh, I'd seen you speaking. He was like, oh, I didn't notice. He was like, I was the only white guy in the fucking joint. So, and they were joking or whatever. But dude, he talked about like how he was on house arrest, bro, and didn't even have a house, bro, that he would stick his leg in the basement window, bro. And you know what I'm saying? Like crazy shit though. But
Yeah.
like the dude's a phenomenal guy now. Like he's a good dude, bro. He cares about people. He cares about his family. He cares about people getting
Yeah.
sober just as well as you, Mike. You know what I mean? And you know, like just because a person gets messed up, don't mean they lose their morals and their
Yeah.
like you know their standards. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like you're a loyal dude. You know what I mean? When you're out there, of course, no, you know we all do dumb shit. But so growing up there though, you have brothers, sisters. What do you?
Yeah, I got a brother and 3 sisters.
Okay,
I'm the youngest.
really? Dang. So
Yeah.
5 kids,
hmm
and all under one roof, was it, or
No,
different
no.
parents?
My father was married twice, but like, they're my sisters.
Still, everybody
Yes,
still
yes. We were all
talk.
close. My mom and my sister's mom, Bev, God rest her soul. They got along great. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So it was always cool. Like I
Like in
never.
the household, though, was your dad around and stuff like
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Hard worker.
yeah.
Yeah, never had an alarm clock. Yeah, no. He opened up the shop for work. He was a bookbinder and
What's a
always
bookbinder?
always. It's where the printers they print the books, magazines, whatever, and it goes to his shop. They cut everything down and put them together and make them a book.
Oh, actually put the spine on it and all that shit. And really?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Huh. And what? And did he have a problem or anything like that, or not? He just
Nah,
regular.
nah.
Did he drink though? He did drink.
Yeah,
What do you
yeah.
know
He
how to
was one
handle
of
it?
them what they call functioning alcoholics. Like never missed work. Put 4 kids, 5 kids through Catholic school. My sister went to college. You know
Really?
what I mean? Yeah.
Now you
Was
went to
always there.
Catholic school. You went to go to
Yeah, I got
Newman?
thrown out of 2 prominent Catholic schools.
Say what?
I got thrown out of 2 prominent Catholic
What
schools.
ones?
St. Gabe's and Roman Catholic.
Well, St. Gabe's. That was a.
No, not that
Not
St.
that St.
Gabe's.
Gabe's.
No,
There
the
was a
one at
St. Gabe's.
29th.
Yeah.
I had 30th and Dickinson.
Got you.
Yeah.
My dad went to Roman Catholic.
Them where did you go? After you got thrown out of them too?
Well,
The streets?
back
No, I'm just
nah,
kidding.
back when I was a kid, you used to have to go. Like if you went to public school, you had to go to the school in your area, and mine was Alcorn. And like you said, like I would have literally been the only white kid in there. And like growing up, there was a lot of racial tension. I told my dad, "I'll take a beating every day from you. I will not go to that school."
Yeah.
Well, my girl's dad, like, the, him and my dad were best friends, and he was friends with Ann Vernon at the time, who was president of the city council. Got me into this school, McCall up Society Hill, so I went there through 8th grade, and then after went to Roman, I got thrown out of Roman. I had to go to Southern, and my cousin got in this fight with this Asian kid, and there was hundreds of them. And we got in that fight and somehow made it out of the school. I was like, yeah, I'm not going back. And
It was crazy times back
yeah.
then. Yeah.
Plus, I was on the verge of going to jail anyway, stealing cars and shit back then. You know what I mean? But
Now, was there any addiction in your family at all, or?
yeah. My mom, she's been sober since I was 18. Um, my brother, you know, uh, like he just celebrated, I think, like 12 years. Um, but yeah, out of my siblings, me and my brother were the only ones. You know what I mean? And like I said, my brother's sober well over a decade, and I had 7 years come
Yeah, bro.
January 2nd.
Congratulations. Yeah,
Yeah.
congratulations. Now, I mean, so pretty much, I mean, how was the household though? Like, did you have like an influx of money, or were you
Nah,
like,
it was what we would be called poor now. Back then, it was called the working class. You know what I mean?
yeah, like
Now
blue
you
collar,
have
right? Like blue collar
now
people.
you
Yeah.
have and have nots. But yeah, both parents had worked. Think my grandmother, you know what I mean? She lived 2 doors from us. So when I would come home, because in Catholic school at the time, you would come home for lunch. They had that lunch program thing.
Yeah.
So like she would be there and then be there after school. You know what I mean? Like I was very close with my grandmother. You know what I mean? Like there was violence, drinking, and then mom be out for days, and then pet. Like there was a lot of violence, and I mean there was some violence in my house. Like
What would it make you
My
feel
very
like?
best friend, who's not here, and my cousin TJ, were the only ones that I ever really had sleep at my house. I didn't really bring anybody.
So with all that going on though, how did it make you feel though? Like what? Like nervous? Like
No, I
fucking
was
like
just not. Once I was able to get out, you know what I mean, run the streets. I just
man.
ran the streets, you know. Like even from a young age, like I didn't listen to authority. I'll take the beating and then just go do the shit again
Yeah, of course.
anyway. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I was always I pay for it later. I don't care type shit. You know what I mean?
Now, what age? Like when did you like? I know your family. Like there was addiction in your family and stuff. When did you decide to start?
I
What
don't
age
know.
was that? Like
You know what I mean? There was like they'd have the parties in the house. I mean, I sip on things and we kind of like the feeling. But I guess early in my teenage years, you know what I mean? It started with the drinking with the buddies. You know what I mean? Get some older dude to get us a case of beer or quarts, and you know, then marijuana, and then just let the other shit. One day I remember I was actually grounded then, and I snuck out and went down 30 Taser. Guys were in near drinking and got cocaine. It's like, yeah, we're gonna get cocaine from down Fifth and Mifflin, and I was like the 18th and Wallace of South Philly, and I think from it was that because I think I was 16 at the time. My grandmother and one of my closest childhood friends, he was shot by a JBM for throwing a snowball at 29 Tasker. And after that, it was just I slowly went downhill from there. You know what I mean? And
and then what? You're drinking and
schooling and
doing
all.
cocaine and shit like
Yeah,
that.
everything affected. You know what I mean? It was like that
You-
was what I was thinking and worried about. You know what I mean? It was like I really didn't have too much money during the week, but weekends it was coming. You know what I mean? I was always thinking, come Monday, I'm always thinking about the weekends. You know what I mean?
Now, did you like you don't suffer from any mental health or anything like that though?
Yeah, I've been diagnosed with like bipolar, but like I've tried like in different detoxes, psych units, tried like different. They all make you feel. They make me feel weird. Like I didn't like certain feelings, so like I get a lot of anxiety. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And it'll come out of nowhere for no apparent reason, or depression will set in for no apparent reason. But because I stay sober now, instead of like running trying to get that instant gratification to get me out of that, now like I get the anxiety now. I know just sit still, breathe, it'll pass. You know what I mean? Or depression, get up and become mobile, do something. Like there's different things that I learned how to practice to where I know to get through it. I know it's not going to last.
And
You know what
what
I mean?
recovery helped you with that?
Yeah, yeah. You know what
More,
I
yeah,
mean? Just staying sober, and I learned that I could do things that I didn't think I could do. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Sober.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
So when you were using though, when did you start noticing like like holy shit, dude, I got a little issue going on. Like I got a problem.
I used to think like it would get in the way. You know what I mean? Like as I got older, you know, like in my early 20s and all, like I had them weekend binges. I'd be out a couple days, you know what I mean? And somebody's had house parties back then, you know what I mean? And or showing up for work and I still partially drunk from the night before or messed up. I haven't slept. And yeah, but I thought it's just a little issue. It's not really out of control, you know what I mean? Like the lies I tell myself, you know what I mean? I can't see what everybody else sees. And
I thought it was normal, dude. For me, like I would be
yeah.
out, like I would be out just doing whatever the fuck I was doing. Like I didn't even like I kind of knew like I wasn't acting like everybody else was,
Yeah.
like that goes to work and whatever or goes to school and
Mm,
but the people I was around though, I thought it was normal for us to be like that. If
yeah.
that makes any sense. Like
Yeah.
so, the people I surrounded myself with were the people that were like me. You know what I mean? So I was
Mm-hmm.
just fucking justifying okay
Yep.
everything. You know what I mean? It's just fucking. But so what? Like so you start to realize like, yo, this is a serious fucking issue.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it can't like when I was in high school, I used to play football and all, and then around that age, like I ended up tearing tearing the ligaments in the one knee. And I remember after the surgery, like I was prescribed Percocet, and I remember made me throw up.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't take these. And so like, but around say like 28, like on construction sites and all, like we used to joke about the worker sets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I would start taking them, you know what I mean, that to take the pain away and get me through work and all, you know what I mean? And then it just got worse. And I remember my cousin, God rest his soul, he was selling them, and like I would get them from him, and I was getting them cheap. And then, like I say all the time, it was like a schooling system. It was like Perks was my grade school, then the Oxys came, that was my high school. Then I graduated, which was inevitable, man.
Yeah,
So the things I
Oxycontin.
said I never did, and then you know what I mean, like. I remember my cousin. He passed away when I was 34. I just came over from jail too. I was sober for. I would just say clean. I was in any program or nothing. I came home and I seen him outside of Shay's funeral home. The next time I seen him was inside Shay's funeral home. And like we were like thick as thieves growing up. And needless to say, I mishandled that and dealing with that. And from 34 until I got sober now at 43, things just,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Back and forth to jail, in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out.
You did a lot of
Rehab,
jail time?
detox, like
You did a lot of jail time though?
off and on, yeah.
What, like little bids?
I just couldn't stay the fuck out. You know what I mean? Like if you put me on parole or probation,
Yeah. You ain't gonna
I'm
come in.
absconding because I'm not giving you hot urine.
Yeah.
I was just, but I would go on the run in my neighborhood.
Yeah,
You know what I mean, where all the cops knew me.
I'll do the same
But
shit.
yeah, like I could not stay sick because I just didn't want to deal with anything. I never handled any of the anything that I was going through. So I just self-medicated all the time. And I used to always think, if I eat clean, I got home, started working again, that I could drink because I don't really like to drink. So I'm not an alcoholic. But my booze bones connected to the drug bones. So
Yeah.
as soon as I started feeling the buzz, now I want to go get high. And I could never put two and two together. Like maybe if I don't drink, I won't do anything else, which is how things work.
When you
now.
were out there though, like and you were fucked up, and you were like everything was going on, and like you ever notice how like people they treat you different, like you feel like shit. People people feed off of that. You know what I mean? Like me, like I felt like that's the worst part about like when I was like that's the things that wanted me to get like made me want to get sober though is that like my low self-esteem, dude. Like there's a difference between like somebody being like, yo, no, whatever, or like, yo, get the fuck away from me. I said, like, and me allowing people to act like a way towards me. You know what I mean? Like, did you experience that?
Well,
To where like you
with
felt
me,
like people treated you like shit, they didn't want you around type.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they, but a lot of people didn't act that way towards me. I just, it was in my own, cause like I used to say all the time, like I walked around my neighborhood like I was looking for loose change, cause my head was always down. I didn't make eye contact with people. It was like I avoided people. It was like my family. Like we were very close, but like I stayed away from them. My thing is if they don't see me, it's all they're not gonna hurt as bad. But
You
like
don't want to put them through nothing. You just
everybody's telling them what's going on, so they know it. But in my mind, I think if I avoid them and I just stay away, you know what I mean? Like, because it was all shame, and the more I did, the more shameful I'd feel. But I would just keep doing it, and so I'm more left. Like anytime you see me going, I was always by myself because like I would avoid people. You know what I mean?
What's a crazy situation where you were like, damn, bro, I don't think I'm going to get out of this.
Shit, it used to be all of it.
Oh yeah.
Right? I remember like it was just such a comfortable feeling to where at a time, I was on Dover lot living in a car with a dude I grew up with, just sleeping in this car and never late for work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
What were you doing for work at the time?
painting. And like that was normal. Like I seen nothing wrong with it. I'm like, this is where I belong. This is where you know what I mean? Or like countless times I would overdose and never thought nothing of it. It was just like, all right, that's just a part of the game.
Like, wow,
You know
that
what
was
I mean?
close.
Go right
Close
back.
call.
Yeah, go right back to it. You know what I mean? And
Did you feel like you put yourself in that situation, so you
yeah,
like basically
like
accepting it?
I was never like I never looked at it like put blame. Oh, I'm getting high because you know what I mean. I was just always I'm getting high because that's what I like to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And or this is what I have to do. Like I didn't blame it on the upbringing. Like, cause not for nothing. Anything that went on as I was a kid anyway. Like I love my childhood. You know what I mean?
Now,
And
was there times though when you'd be like, "Damn, bro, I gotta stop doing this. I gotta stop living like this."
oh yeah, used to all the time. But like the action never
Well, the reason why I
followed.
ask is because I believe that, like, even down in like Kensington, like people will be like, "Why are they out there?" Still, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, and you talk to some of them people, and they don't even care.
Yeah.
And the thing is, though, is I think there's a point when you're out there. And yeah, you're doing what you're doing, but you get them moments of clarity for a split second. You might not
Yeah.
be able to stop, like you just said. You
Yeah.
might still keep doing it, but you get that, like, damn, bro, I got to stop living like this.
Yeah.
And then the worst part is when somebody says, like, dude, I don't even want to get sober. Like, this is who I am. This is where I belong.
Yeah.
Like, that's dangerous, bro. That's like when you're
Yeah.
like basically living in your own purgatory. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, and you know, as far as like with my mother, bro, like she's 76, cause she ain't. It is, yeah, and that's one of them situations, like just with all them bad feelings inside you and using and just feeling like this is where I'm at. It's too late, type shit, and never get better, bro. That's a bad spot. So, you know, I always would come up like, damn, bro, I gotta stop this shit. Like, I don't want to be like this. Like, I wanted to do that grade school shit, like the work cassettes, or like you were saying, like the work cassettes. Like that was like, okay, like damn, you know what I mean? You get a little sick from that, but I didn't want to be like, you know what I mean, fucking strung out. Like, you know what I mean? I just wanted to get high. I like getting high. I love the oxys. I love the oxycontin. When you said oxycontin, I sat up in my seat. When I watched that movie they got on Netflix, bro, I couldn't even watch it no more. The one where they were like promoting it and shit, like telling the story. Dude, I got so uncomfortable, dude. I was down in Delaware at Rachel's mom's house. They were watching it. Dude, I couldn't even fucking watch the show anymore. Dude, I was like, whoa, bro, this is making me fucking, dude, my brain just started. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I think, like, bro, for real, like, I tell people all the time, like, dude, I love drugs. I don't like what they do to me. I don't like not having no life. I don't like the way they make me feel. I don't like not having any control over my life and letting something that has no blood or a brain flowing, you know what I'm saying? Like, telling me what the fuck to do. And I can't, though, stop doing it. A higher power got to help me do that, because I tried to stop, bro. It don't work that way. I love it too much. So something helps me do what I'm doing, you know, and then adding everything into it also on top of it, like you were talking, like, you know, like meetings, whatever you go to, like, to stay sober, like people go to religion, whatever. You know, I don't give a fuck if you do charity work and hand out fucking canned goods. What I'm saying is, whatever you put in front of it, you know what I mean, to stay away from it. But once whatever you put in front of that, that's helping you stay sober, you're gonna you're gonna wind up going back to what you know. I always make the example like this. It's like somebody that always keeps telling you something and they lie to you. That's what drugs are. Like, yo, bro, it'll be all right. Go ahead, use. You use, bam, everything's fucked up. They're like, all right. Then you get sober again, and they're like, look, you could do it now.
It's gonna be different this time.
Like, it's like going with flowers. It's like it's coming to you with flowers. Like, I promise, dude, I won't break your heart again. You know what I mean? All right, come on, come in. Boom. Do the same shit over and over, you know. And it's a love-hate relationship, bro. It's like you gotta leave it alone.
Well, there was plenty of times, like, I would think, like, there was times, like, I was literally getting high and crying at the same time. I didn't want to do it no more. But it was like I didn't know how to stop. I just couldn't stop, you know. And the last time I when I did get sober this time, I remember I just overdosed. The fentanyl was just coming around. I overdosed, and of course I get Narcan, taken to the hospital. You know, and anybody that's overdosed, you know, you get on, come back. you're emotional. But at least I be emotional, like just all over the place with it. And I remember I walked back from the hospital and I got to the 30th and Wharton and I see my dad's car. He was in the corner bar, you know, and so I stopped in to see him. You know what I mean? Love my dad, and I remember I couldn't look him in the eye. You know what I mean? I'm still emotional, and I remember him grabbing my face. He said, "I don't care what you're doing in these streets." He said, "I'm your father. You always look me in the eye." And I remember tears just start, and I was like, "Oh, I love you, Dad. I gotta go." And it was like that moment. I was like, "I can't do this no more." It's like this shit ain't taking the pain away. You know what I mean? It's like something's got to give. You know what I mean? Because like I had this fear, like I'm not going to die. I'm going to be stuck out here.
Yeah.
That was the fear I had, and
Just
I was like
suffering.
right before Thanksgiving, 2016, and so I remember going down my sister Jennifer's, and I remember staying there through the holidays, and got through New Year's, and I woke up January 2nd, and I remember my dad didn't have a phone. I didn't say nothing to nobody. I walked down to Franklin Street, tell my dad what I was doing. I love him and all. And I went away, and like
Where'd you go?
I went to I went to Hall Mercer, and then they sent me to Girard Medical Center. And after I got a detox, I went to rehab. And think I had this old school dopehead. Rich was my counselor, and like he had like multiple decades sober, clean and sober, and he wasn't one of them hold by the hand clinical dot like put a foot in your ass.
Yeah.
Like what do you know what I mean? And I needed that. And it was like I remember we used to go twice a week, we walk to those meetings, and like when you're still sick, it feels like I'm walking miles. And they were like, well, you could still be on bed rest. And I'm like, no, well, if I wanted to get high, I walk. And I would go, and I got the extended 30 days, and I didn't go to my sister's when I came home. I went to a recovery house, and
Where'd you go?
I forget the name of it. It was down. It was down by Fifth in Oregon, and fucking dump. And the house, not the house manager, but the guy who was manager of the program, went so and trying to get over on me. Money I paid like 3 weeks in advance, and I was there for 2 weeks, and he was asking where my rent is, and he kept trying to like double fast talk me, saying, "Well, we stay a week ahead." And I'm like, "Well, if I've been here 3 weeks and I paid for 2, I'm a week ahead." Like I was in a fucking, I really wanted to trash him,
Shit
and
can get crazy with recovery.
I went to South Philly meeting, South Philly group, and I'm talking about it like, and I'm snapping.
It's a good meeting down there, ain't it?
My man can't. Jimmy Romeo, God bless him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Said he's opening a house down my neighborhood, and
Shout out to Jimmy Romeo.
And I went down there, and man, it just got better right after that.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Jimmy's a real good guy. Jimmy's a real good guy. And what? And you were at Jimmy's for?
Yeah, I was there for a while. So you know, you and the little guy opened up. And they asked me that I started running your house on Newkirk Street.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So there it is. I mean, hey,
Yeah.
shout out to me.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Nah, but yeah, bro. I'll tell you
so
what,
many
dude, we
good
had
times.
laughs though, didn't we?
We had
Though?
so many times.
Remember we were. I was thinking about it. I was thinking about this like
I love
10 minutes ago with the
hot
peppers.
pepper.
Ah, dude.
Yo, that's my favorite video that comes up. I start cracking up.
Yo, go on Mike X's Facebook page, dude, and Mike's going to throw, after he leaves here, remember to put it up there, dude. You got the video of it.
Oh my
God.
God.
The dude ate the pepper. Dude looked like his friggin' head was ready to pop off his shoulders.
Funny.
I said, yeah, you got to do it. What I said to him, you got to do it for 3 minutes. He said, you ain't say that.
Oh my God, I need some milk.
Yeah. I said, you can't drink that. Yeah.
His nose was
dude, it was crazy, wasn't it? That wasn't crazy. We had some fun times. It was good. It was definitely good. Oh, yeah, dude. Oh my God, them things. Were they Carolina Reapers? Yeah, dude. Yeah. They were the ghost peppers and Carolina Reapers or some shit. Dude, people's brains, dude, their face, as soon as they'd eat it, their face would look like it. It'd
Just
start getting
terrible.
beat red,
No,
dude.
beet red, then just pale white.
Yeah, dude. It was bad. And they had to eat two of them. Remember? They had to eat
Yeah.
it for 30 seconds, chew it, then swallow it.
And then
Then eat the other one for another 30.
Why'd they have to eat two?
It was a
Because they
challenge.
make it harder, you know what I mean? I don't know. The first guy ate it too fast, dude, and we had to give him $50. You know what I mean? So I was like, nah, I ain't gonna be. You know what I mean? If you try to make it where they can't do it, kind of a little bit, but yeah, dude, good shit. And then you won around Newkirk, and yeah, you were a manager. I mean, you got 7 years, bro. That's like, a lot of people always ask me, they're like, yo, is anybody, like, is there a lot of success? Like, dude, listen, people that hold success rates and stuff like that are people that are trying to brag and make shit up, I think. I mean, to pay attention, like, dude, for one, it ain't my job to tell everybody success rate. You understand what I'm saying, though? Like, literally. So if I'm not literally telling, like, you just said what, so it's cool. But if I'm not telling somebody's name, I could say my success rate is whatever I want to say it is. So it's at that point, it's bullshit. You understand what I'm saying to you, though? Like, unless if I went to every person and said, because it's kind of anonymous, they don't want to, everybody don't want, and be like, yo, this is their names and this is who got this much time, that much time. But you are one of them people. And
I look at things like that, like, that's bullshit. It's bullshit because, like, you can go to the most structured and clinical recovery setting there is, but if you do not do the daily things that you need to do to stay sober, you don't have a God of your understanding, you don't have a program, you're not making meetings, you're not working on yourself, you're not looking to help somebody else, you don't have a sponsor, and you're not doing the internal work on yourself, which is the steps, you're not going to stay sober no matter what.
yeah.
And even if you do, you're going to be dry and you're going to be completely unhappy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
it's only a matter of time at that
it doesn't
point.
matter where you go. You know what I mean?
I say that people could go to a shelter and get sober. If they really want to stay sober, they'll go anywhere and get sober. Now, on the flip side of that, though, of course, though, like, when it comes to, this is what a lot of people don't understand, though, is that when it comes to recovery houses, like, the things that a recovery house is not recovery. It's a place that people that are in recovery live.
Setting.
Yeah, they live in there. That's why it's called a recovery house. And recovery is outside of the house.
Absolutely.
So, but I think that, like, the structure as far as, like, yo, make your bed, yo, get up, do your chore, be in on time. You know what I mean? You have to go to mandatory meetings. You got, suggest strongly that they get a sponsor, like, stuff like that helps them. But all that other stuff you said after that about, getting a sponsor, going to meetings, like, the change, that's the program is there. It's like going to an AA meeting, right? It's called an AA meeting, just like a recovery house is called a recovery house. But really, the AA meeting is the book.
Yes.
If you ain't going through the book with somebody, then you're just in a building.
Yeah.
You're sitting there watching everybody else get better. Mm-hmm. Same thing in a recovery house. If you're sitting there and you ain't doing shit, you're just watching everybody else get better. And people try to add shit in there like, oh, well, dude, we'll make you do jumping jacks. We'll make you fucking do whatever. Like, you can make anybody, but an addict, alcoholic is defiant. If they don't want to do it, they ain't going to do it. I don't give a fuck what you do. You could tell them you'll knock money off their rent. It don't matter what you do. They're not going to listen.
That's why I use that. It's like I used to say it's like your car's not running good and you take it to the mechanic, but you just sit it there. Mechanic does no work on it, and you expect it to run well again when you leave. It's the same thing with
how's it running now?
It's the same thing with going through your recovery and going to the meetings. All it's like just going there, sitting there, and doing no work on yourself. You're still going to be the same. Like nothing's getting done. Like if you don't work on yourself, you're not going to run right. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Until I got involved in my own recovery, like they say and shit. Until I start trying to help just even clean up. Stupid shit, like wipe the table off or something, throw the trash out, till I started opening up, talking to people, fellowshipping, until I started taking commitments. Just take a commitment. I'm talking about like, a grapevine or something. Like something small, like, you know what I mean? Then it went from that to the beginning, after I had a year doing at South Philly Group, doing the beginners meeting, like shit like that though. But that's when my life started to change because right around the time, like 3 months before I had a year is when I got a sponsor. I made one of the most crucial mistakes. I waited forever to get a sponsor. You know what I'm saying? I tell people now, don't make the mistake I made. Get better faster. You know me, I realized, damn, I wish I did that when I was so angry. I'm talking about angry.
I did the same thing 9 months before I got a sponsor.
Yeah, but that's when I start realizing, though, I start to think different.
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't know what I was thinking. I was still mad as shit about stuff and acting dumb and character defects were flaring at 4 years sober stuff, but they were less than they were when I first came in.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And even like getting a slight thought about a drink or a drug every day to every week to every 3 months to don't even think about it at all.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about an obsession where I feel like using. I'm just talking about, what pops in your head. Okay, bye. It's done. I'm gonna knock the mic off. You know what I mean? Drop the mic. Nah, but
Are you yelling at the mic?
yeah, why you yelling at the microphone? Stop yelling at the mic. Mike, why is he talking to the mic? Nah, but anyway, yeah, dude, and I don't know, dude. So being being in the setting with me, I'm saying, I guess we could say, or whatever. What do you think? What value? What help did you get out of that though? Like, what did it teach you? I know one thing it taught you is I'm going to get my own place fucking one day because obviously you don't want to live in a recovery house forever.
Well,
but you were in a recovery house for a while.
I wasn't in no rush for that. Like I was good. You know what I mean? I was in the large setting, but like me, I came in when as I played. Like I was always out all the time. You know what I mean? But it wasn't out doing like crazy shit. I was out like being around people that cared about me. You know what I mean? Like talking to my friends and everybody I know. Like going to meetings all the time, fellowshipping, and like was really never in a rush. When I did move out, it
Remember when you moved
it
there?
was
Right? Tell the story.
Yeah. Well, I was going with this girl, and you know, and she had like trust issues on men, and you know what I mean, and then it grads like I would be getting accused of cheating. Like I moved out with her because her mom was making her move out, and she was a great girl, had the biggest heart. You know what I mean? I can't say that, and but I moved in because I was close to her a little while, and I moved in my aunt's house, and being accused like of sleeping with girls in the meeting. Like I lived 5 minutes from the weekenders. I would leave at 10 to 7, and then when I would get home, it would be 10 after 8. So I would like fellowship for 5 minutes or sitting down and
Felt like you were running.
who you sleep? I'm like, huh? You know what I mean? And there were
Well, it could
a lot of arguing
5
back
minutes.
and
I mean,
forth,
you could do a
know
lot
what I
in
mean?
5 minutes.
But
I mean, one.
But I ended up, I had to, like, I was paying the rent at my aunt's house, and I had to leave because, like, when I didn't want the relationship no more, like, she wouldn't leave, so I had to move back into 26th Street with multiple years sober. You know what I mean?
28th, right? 28th Street.
Yeah, and no, 27th Street, right?
No, 28th.
I mean 26th Street. No, I moved back to 26th, and then I went to 28th to run that house.
Got you.
But not for nothing, and like I'm feeling like I'm a failure. Like I got multiple years sober, and I'm moving back to recovery house. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but that was my mindset. I'm thinking like I'm regressing, but I wasn't. I was. What it turned out, and I figured out later is like I had to do something for my peace of mind, and that's why. And it helped me get me back on track to where I became at peace with myself again. And
I remember you talking to me about it. Yeah.
And I was okay with it because then I was there when I had the knee replacement surgery, which I believe people can have surgeries being sober and take pain medication. I didn't feel that or didn't trust that I could be one of those people, you know what I mean? And did it through the muscle. And I had like times like that, I had so many people that were close that helped me get through that, and then I moved out on my own. My aunt had a house on Dover Street, and I moved in there and was there for a year or whatever. I ended up getting with my fiance home with now, and my aunt, she gave the house to my cousin Robert, and he was selling the house, so I moved in my girl, I'm there now. So like everything happens for a reason. It led me
Listen,
to the point to where I'm at now, which is
I
a
mean, dude,
beautiful life.
yeah, well, I'll tell you this right now, dude. I value you as a very good friend of mine. You were there, like you were saying about the knee operate, all that stuff like that. The craziest thing is though, is I always noticed this too, and I'm a weird dude like this though, but I remember talking to you and you never even saying a word of anything I said to you to anybody. And I remember I was ready to break down, bro. I'm like, Mike, man, I don't know. Like, I need advice, bro. Like, because when you think you can, you know more than everybody, you know what I mean? Sometimes it ain't even about that. Maybe it's just hearing it from the outside
Yeah.
looking in, you know what I mean? And, you know, I listen to you, dude. Like, one for one, dude, I know that a lot of people are very care about you and you're cool with you, but bro, you're a very respected dude. And you don't do shit wrong to nobody, bro. You're about your business and you're about your recovery. You're about helping people, bro. And that's why I value you, as a friend. And sometimes you'll tell me shit. Like that one time we were in the truck, I was talking about, I ain't like what you told me, but you told me the truth though.
Yeah.
I don't need to hear what I want to hear. I need to hear the motherfucking truth.
That's how I
It don't
feel.
matter if I like it or
Yeah.
not. You know what I mean? That
I'd
ain't
rather
gonna help
somebody
me.
tell me what I need to hear, not what I want to hear.
Yeah, because that's just going to keep me right in the same spot mentally where I don't need to be. It's thinking I'm fucking always right, and I got to look at it. So, so right now though, you have your own place, right? I mean, now do you sponsor people and shit in recovery? You mind talking about that or not?
Yeah, well, I do, and then
does that get stressful?
And then they stop coming,
Yeah.
Because like
Shots fired.
Shots fired. The guy behind the,
like I
the
will
camera,
tell people, I'll be
was a
like,
sponsor.
like I'm not gonna hold your hand.
Yeah.
Like if you want this, you'll chase it. Like I had a sponsor, and that's what I was told, and that's what I did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I had to stay on the grind. Like I had to chase it. Like they say all the time, chase it like you chase a drug. But that's what I did because I was so in fear of going back to what I did. Because that was always the case with me. You know what I mean? I never did anything about my situation, so I always went back to what I was used to, and I made the change and I chased it. And like I'll tell people now, if people ask me like, "Will you be?" Yeah, you know, don't let the phone get heavy. Make the calls. We'll do the work. But like you have to show that you don't want. You have to want it. You know what I mean? Like if you just like stop calling, because like I get in a thing to where I got like so much going on, like between work and the home life to where like I don't call people on the phone like that, you know what I mean? But I talk to people about things I'm going through, but like
You still go to meetings, right?
Yeah. And I get in a thing where like life is just taking, but you got to pick up the phone and call sponsors. Just let people know. That's why I used to say like when we were joking about in my neighborhood, and I used to say like if you weren't from my neighborhood or I wasn't in prison with you, I didn't know you and I didn't want to know you. And then when I got sober and like people that I never ever met before, like remember my name, like I thought that was the coolest shit. You know what I mean? Because like my mind was small, but now like I'm evolving. Like I'm getting to know other people and go other places. Like the world is bigger than just my neighborhood.
But a lot of people know Spock. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
What?
like that's what you have to do. You have to put in the work, and like if I do sponsor somebody and they want to work, no problem. You know what I mean? Like we'll set up, we'll sit down, we'll go through things. And again, like I'll tell you exactly what you need to hear. Like I'm not gonna sugar shit you. And if you got some things and I don't know an answer, I'm gonna call somebody or try to direct you in the answer that you need the best way I can. You know what I mean? I'm not I got all the answers. I don't have all the answers. I got sober learning from other people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To this day, like I'd say the beginners meeting is still my favorite meeting. I think it's the best meeting. I love the beginners meetings. You know what I mean? Because it keeps you grounded. You know what I mean?
Now, right now, dude, right? And I think it's cool that you still go to meetings and you're 7 years sober. This is what I always tell people. Like, dude, I go to meetings sometimes and people be like, yo, you stand outside, you do that. Like, yeah, because I'm making sure some other shit, like as far as like the program and all that I got and all. But when I go to a meeting, like, and I'm in there, like, whatever, I'm going there for me. I don't want to ever drink or use drugs again. So you're still going to meetings and that's cool. Right now, though, you have a fiance, right?
Yes,
You want to shout out her name?
my baby Dawn.
What, Dawn?
Yeah,
What?
we're
Shout out.
getting married in May.
Yeah,
Yeah. Who'd
and
have thought?
yeah, and you were a painter for like a regular company when you first got sober and all
Mhm.
that. Now, where you work at?
Back in the union, District Council 21. Shout out.
Booyaka.
You know what I mean? Back in the trade union, and best decision I made. And that's the thing with the addiction. Listen to your mind and basing off your fears. Like for so long, even after I got sober, I was so afraid because I wasn't sure if I was gonna stay sober, and then I would think, well, maybe I'm not as good a painter.
Nah, yeah, you're a
Like
good painter.
I've been painting for decades. You know what I mean? But like these are the fears that I had. And then I didn't have a license. I owed this money, and now I got a license. I got a license at the age of 50. You know what I mean? But because I got past the fear and I did it, and best decision I made.
I think that right there, that's the testimony that I'm trying to put out there, dude. Is that 7 years sober, willing to sponsor as sponsees. You know what I mean? Got your license back, had a job, got back in the union, getting married, have your own house. Like things that like when you first get sober, you're like, it don't even seem possible. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
And you're head along the way, like you just said, like, oh man, the fear of this, that, maybe I can't do
Mm-hmm.
this, maybe I can't do that. All right, we could be fucking Picasso, dude. You know what I mean? And our head will tell us, hey, I don't even know how to pick
Yeah.
up a brush. Like what?
Mm-hmm.
So but dude, people do. People definitely do change their lives around and get sober.
Mm-hmm.
Like and magical things happen. And everywhere I thought I was supposed to be, I'm in a complete different area, bro. Like it's not even the same platform of like even yourself. I can only imagine. Like, you thought things were going to go this way and that way, pretty much in a roundabout way. I mean, I kind of always thought that I would be all right, but I don't know where I'm going or what,
Yeah.
like the higher path, like things just open, bro. And I'm like, where'd that come from? Like, I think that I know, and I don't know what's going to happen. Like they say, you make a plan and God laughs,
Yeah.
you know. So what I wanted to ask you though is, 3 things that you stand by in life, 3 values.
My family. Uh, my word, and never looking down on anybody.
My man, my man. That's a good one. I think that you're only as good as the person, you know what I mean, you help pull up.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that one big time.
Yes.
Family, I believe in family as far as right now. I mean, really, dude, I lost a lot. Like, I didn't have a lot of family values growing up as a kid. But your word is, you tell somebody something,
Yeah.
that's a good one, bro. It's very good. But yeah, looking down on people, I think you only can look down on somebody so much that when you're down that low looking at them, bro, you wind up staying down and they wind up getting up.
Well,
You
I
know what I'm
always
saying?
like,
You don't want
I
to,
mean, if you're looking down on somebody, it better be to help pick them up.
yeah, because
You know what I
you might
mean?
wind up where
Because
they're
you'll
at.
be in that same
Yeah,
spot.
yeah. And when your hands out, dude, somebody might not be there to help you.
Mm-hmm.
So that you don't ever want to be, and there's a lot of people out there that need help. What do you real quick? I mean, what do you think? What do you think about this fentanyl shit that's going on right now? That's important, I think, for
It's crazy. Like I said, that like it was just coming around when I got sober. And I got it one time, and like it's insane. Like they're putting it in, like they're putting it in cocaine and
yeah.
like you don't know what you're doing now. Like
These
it's
people that are getting messed up. I'm saying, like, I know you know about this. Like, how people are trying to go to get help and they're making them sit in crisis centers in Philly. But if you're,
yeah,
like, I mean, what's your thoughts on that? Like, you're sitting there, like, imagine you being sick and they're telling you sit here to get somewhere, like, for 48 hours. We'll call you back in 3 days. That
that's
person might not live
insane.
there. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
I
might live there forever on their
if,
step.
if they can stay there that long, like
They might
God
die.
bless them. But I know I
I didn't even know
at
what I
the
just said. I
time
said they might live there on the step forever. I don't
at
even
the
know what I'm talking.
time like
Yeah.
48 hours. Nah, I'm not saying that.
Nah.
48 hours.
Like, come on.
You
And,
know?
or you're going to go cop,
Yeah.
and you have another option of dying.
Yeah.
It might be that next bag that kills you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You ever hear of the rapper Mac Miller?
Yeah.
He bought pills and it was pressed fentanyl.
Yeah.
That's how he passed away.
Yeah.
Mac Miller died. Did you ever hear of Mac Daddy? No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, Mike.
You ever hear of McDonald's?
Yeah, ever hear that Big Mac Daddy?
Yeah,
Right?
but
Yo,
that's the thing. Like today's day and age,
Mike,
like,
I
you
asked you
don't even
something.
know what you're getting. And then that trank shit, like, is eating people's flesh. It's like what?
Yeah.
Xylazine.
Their arm looks like a
It's
Big
like-
Mac burger.
But then I think I'm like, yeah, I do something. Yo, one shot of that and you could die. All right,
Yeah,
but God forbid I take something that's gonna eat my flesh.
no,
You know what I mean? But
People get sober. You
But
say,
the
"Yo,
mind,
I'll get you a job
it's
if you
like
go
the
to this
state
place."
of mind that one's in. Like you said, like the abnormal was normal to me.
That's what I'm saying.
So no one knows what goes through an addict's mind. It's like it's totally irrational thinking that we think is rational.
Yeah, you could
You
be
know
like,
what I
"Yo,
mean?
you might die." They'll get sober, and you'll say, "Yo, go here, and I can get you a job," and they'll be scared.
Yeah,
But they'll be out there, and you'll say, "Yo, this could kill you," and they'll be like, "All right, I'll do it."
yeah.
Thinking that's like night and day.
Mhm.
You know, yo, go get your GED. Yo, go, anything. I mean, anything that's go get your license. Go get your ID.
Yeah,
Oh man, you know, yo, you could do this bag and die. All right, man, that's cool. What? What? And then, like you said, though, it's eating you from the inside. The people are getting
Yeah.
that shit. We talk about it on almost every show. People are getting infections like months later,
yeah.
and they ain't even got to shoot it. They could snort the
Yes.
shit and all. It's terrible. I don't know, man. I know. If there was anything that you wanted to say to the people, dude, what would it be before we end?
I'd say, if you're even if you're sober now and just struggling, man, just reach out to somebody. You gotta have someone that you can be able to talk to. You know what I mean? Like we cannot go through this alone. We were all the same, trying to get the same day. Believe in a God. You know, make meetings if you're watching and you're not in recovery and you have a family member. Listen, say something like plant the seed. Don't give up on them. And recovery's possible. I never thought it was, and once I got out of my way, things opened up. And may everybody have a blessed and healthy, happy New Year.
That's what I want to say. Also, everybody thank you for all the people that subscribe, all the watch, people that are listening, watching, all that stuff. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, tell people about it on Facebook, follow our page, Instagram, and TikTok. Please, if you can, share it. It just helps out more to get the word out there, shows what we're trying to do. Recovery is possible. That's the whole purpose of this thing. And all I got to say is thank you, everybody, for the support. Thank you for the support, and everybody have a great new year and be safe and be responsible. Thank you. Bye.
H Dub.